you a quick update on where I'm at with the turbo two-door. I did order a new clutch. It's more of a budget clutch. It's just a center force. I think it's rated at like 220 foot-pounds of torque. That should be somewhere around 300 horsepower, maybe. So yeah, I got that. Whoops. I've got some seals because I do also need to do the input shaft bearing because that's making a lot of noise. So I'm going to go ahead and do the clutch, the seals, input shaft bearing all in one go while it's apart. And this is a really cheap mod that I really recommend. This is called a Detent spring. And I got a set of springs from Speed Factory. And there's actually one more spring I need to get, but I got 3 of these for now. And it's like 20 or 30 bucks, and it makes a really noticeable difference. It's really cool what these do and the difference it makes. This is a project I'm working on right now. It's an 81 Trans Am with looks like a 5.3 like truck LS motor, and I'm just working on doing a cam swap, valve springs, and push rods, all the good stuff. I'm in the middle of that, and then next weekend I've got another project, and I'm slowly getting parts in for that, but that's going to be next. Alright, so the last one I have to install is the one for first gear. I'm going to try and show you how it feels with the stock Detent spring versus after. And it's kind of hard to get an idea of the effort I'm putting into it. But, so fourth and third, second is good. Okay, first and second. It's first and second gear that the last spring is for. So I have third and fourth. I'm sure you can notice just how notchy it is. Like once it's in gear, there's no doubt. It's like you hit a gear. It's in there. And even when it's in there, it takes some effort to go back to neutral. It's just, you know you're in gear. It should be the same for fifth and reverse. Yeah, but first and second, pretty loose. It's like if you go to second, you kind of doubt yourself, like, is it actually in second gear? Yeah, it's like, it feels just sloppy. That's the only way I can describe it. But let me go ahead and throw in that last spring and see how much difference it makes. So this is the first and second gear Detent spring, and as you see, there's a ball. It's almost like a ball bearing. The ball just sits in there, and it's spring loaded by this guy. This is the Speed Factory hardened spring. It's a lot stiffer than the factory one, and it just spring loads that ball to, you know, land in the notches. You know what? They actually put a picture on their website. I'll throw that picture in here to kind of show you how this works. But I think what this is here is a shaft that the forks, the shift forks sit on. So this ball rides along the shaft, and as it gets into gear, the ball like spring loads into position and just gives you that feeling of like a positive engagement, and that's whatever gear you're trying to shift to. If that makes any sense at all, I'm trying the best to explain myself. But it's as easy as just swapping out springs. This is a 12mm, by the way. They all look the same. There's one here, one on the back side, and then one on the bottom. I believe it's one for first and second, one for third and fourth, and then a spring for fifth and reverse. And I went ahead and did all of them. And just like that, now my first and second has that positive engagement feeling. It's not like shifting a noodle. First is defined, second is defined. It's not, you don't doubt yourself of hitting those gears. Feels really good. For like a $20 mod, it makes a big difference in my opinion. Alright, what better way to test it than to go out and bang some gears. Let's go for a little test drive and see how it shifts, and maybe do some hooning around. Let's see. So I've got the launch control set at about 4,000. Depending on how it reacts right now, I might up it up to 5, but let's see what it does, and let's see how those gears feel. So yeah, it felt pretty good. It actually just about dead hooked. So I'm gonna raise it up just a hair. Maybe, you know what? Yeah, I'll go straight to 5,000 and see how it likes it that. 5,000 RPM set. Keep in mind, this isn't with anti-lag. It's just a straight 5,000 RPM launch control. I'm not adding fuel or taking out timing to have anti-lag. I'm just basically launching at 5 grand. 5,000 RPMs. Tires loose just a little bit. But even though it did break the tires loose, it's moving. These the Toyo R888Rs, they hook and go. I love these tires. So pretty much just for like shits and giggles, I activated the anti-lag, and the standard is 15% fuel enrichment and 6-degree ignition retard, which is pretty much max. So from here, what you do is you kind of listen to the bangs and pops and adjust the fuel correction accordingly. So let's see what it does off the bat with the starting. Let's see if we can build any boost right here. It was like 2 pounds, which is better than 0. So what should happen is if I add some fuel, let's say 30%, should put it under more load and build more boost. So, all right, let's see what that does. Let's go 40%. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot more. I'm gonna go ahead and back it down, and I'll mess with that later. But let's go ahead and just do like a 20% fuel enrichment, a 6-degree ignition retard, and do a launch from there. My guess is that it's just gonna blow the tires away. All right, here we go. Anti-lag takeoff. I short shifted a tad. I'm not used to it actually spinning the tires. Usually it'll just dead hook and go, and I know exactly when to shift. When it's spinning, I tend to short shift it a tad. All right, let's give it one more go. First, second gear. That feels great. I love that. The shifting feels great. Hitting those gears feels really nice. Anything to improve the shifting feel, I'm all about. Next up, I need to get a decent shifter, because this is like a cheapy $20 short throw, but I want to get a legitimate, like either a K-tuned or a hybrid racing will probably be my next thing after I do the clutch. Damn, they're still warm. Might have to actually rotate them eventually, because it's an open diff, so I'm sure this tire spins a lot more than the driver's side. So at a certain point, I'm gonna have to swap them left and right. These suckers don't last long at all. Still good though, still good. Alright, but yeah, stay tuned. Another LS cam swap video coming up. Those videos seem to do really good on my channel. This might be like the 5th cam swap video, maybe 4th or 5th. We got a lot of different styles. This one I'm going to kind of combine a lot of different styles into one. Basically more cam swap videos the better, I guess. People love LS's, that's for damn sure. That's where it all started for me, is LS's, and then I ended up with Hondas, but I still like both. One day I will end up with an LS again, I promise. And after I get these side jobs knocked out and out of the way, I'm going to throw in the clutch, like I said, the input shaft bearing, so we can shut that up, because I don't know, I'm sure you can hear this in my videos, it's really loud and just growling its ass off right now. But yeah, I guess that's a wrap for this video. Please, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, really helps. Comment below if you have any questions or advice. But thank you for watching, see you next one, later.